everything I do is for the greater good of what we are trying to build together as a couple, what we want as a family. I'm going to set these things up. So when I'm gone, or when your kids, they say, raise your kids up in the way they should go and they will not depart. When my kids grow up and I'm gone from this world, I've given them all that I needed to give them to build them up to be the best people that they can be. That's being a servant leader.
So let me ask this, and by no means am I trying to be disrespectful. I'm trying to get an
Oh, no,
understanding.
you good.
Wouldn't that wouldn't that be the average leader though? The average leader, the average person, if you think of it, the average male who's in charge, he wants to leave something to his children. He wants to leave something to his sons. He wants his name to carry on. He wants his legacy to carry on. Wouldn't those all just be natural qualities of a leader? I think I'm a little thrown off when we use the word servant in front of that, because that's the part that's throwing me off. You're saying that it's used because it's like a serving of the greater good, whether that be the relationship or community or whatever. But you're saying that a servant leader is completely different than just a leader. A leader can be out for
Yes.
self. You're saying a servant leader is out for the people.
Yes. So, like, look
Okay.
around the
That's true.
world, look at politicians, look at all these dictators. They are all leaders. Being a leader
Right.
just means you're in charge. It has nothing to
Okay.
do with how well or how honest or how true you are. So,
Yes, that's exactly what she's
idealistically,
saying.
idealistically, we grow up thinking that leaders naturally have that in them. But the reality is, being a leader just means you're in charge. If I'm a manager, I'm a leader. It doesn't necessarily mean that I'm going to be a servant leader, though. I can be all out for myself. I'm going to
Mm,
work extra hours because it's going to look good on my resume for my next
right.
promotion. I'm going to work you to the bone. I don't care that you missed your grandpa. Your grandpa's dying. You can't take off work because we got to meet these sales goals. And they're doing that for themselves. But they're in charge and they can make those decisions. But a servant leader is someone who puts the needs of all those around them in the greater good, and they lead because they're thinking about legacy. It's all about like the big picture. And every leader doesn't lead that way. I mean, we could see it in our own cities, our own states, our own
Right.
country, that our leaders are all not servant leaders. You know, when President Donald Trump didn't make the election, he asked people to go and storm the Capitol. That's not a servant leader, right?
I
People
want to
got
change
hurt.
that. I want to change that for that term, because it seems to be, throwing people off. It basically, a servant leader is somebody that exercises empathy while they lead. In conclusion, like, to me, that, like, because I keep seeing people
Selfless
saying you can't
service.
serve and lead, you can't serve and lead. If you can be an empathetic person, if you can be a compassionate person, and you can exercise those qualities about yourself, while leading or leading other people, in doing those things, then that's how I see it.
I think people